and welcome back to the channel of Esprit Provence. In this episode, we will walk through a trail along the Verdon River. Last episode we were riding bicycle along the Verdon River. Here in this episode we will do it on the opposite. We will last time we were driving from Lac de Sainte-Croix towards north. Here we will go from north towards Lac de Sainte-Croix. But here we won't be riding a motorcycle, but we just walk through a trail. And I believe it is also the right way to do it, as you have plenty of time to really enjoy the views, the landscape, but also you get to see close-ups on marvelous things. So in order to start this journey, to start from this trail, you need to park your car in Quinson. The name of this town was I've shown this name of this town at the beginning of this video, and from there, it's something you cannot miss. There is a small bridge that goes above the Verdon River, and on this bridge there is a trail. You can start following this trail, so something you cannot miss. And here in this video we would be walking along this trail, and as you can see, you will be very close to the river. In some places you can even bath inside. You can put your stuff along the river and go for a quick swim. I have to warn you, water is pretty cold throughout the year, but obviously in summertime it feels great to have some fresh water to swim in. But actually the trail is something very easy to follow. As you can see, you will always see steps, and it is pretty secure. You won't fall from those cliffs. It is very, very easy to walk along this trail. There are even marks, the white and red marks you will see along, and you cannot really got lost. You just have to follow the trail. And as you can see here, not many people around. And actually I shot this video in June, and it was very early in the morning, and I was probably the only one following this trail, this path, and I really felt lucky, because during summertime, let's say from May to all the way up until October, this path is very crowded from very early in the morning till very late. So in this video you won't see many people, which is nice in order to really feel the beauty of this place. As you can see, lots of steps, and you really won't feel lost. Just have to follow the steps. So my recommendation is either you are able to start this trail very early in the morning, let's say before 8 or even before 7. And I can understand that most likely you would be on vacation, and starting walking so early is probably not a good fit with relaxing vacation, but most likely you will really get to enjoy the views and the trail all by yourself. So this would be my recommendation. Also, if you come by car, there are not that many parking lots around. therefore starting early is always the best way. You can also start later in the day, thinking about starting this trail by 6 or 7 p.m. But you would have less, let's say, pedestrian at that time. But I really enjoy the morning light. There you can see this white and red sign, so you won't get lost. And my recommendation: start very early in the morning. Something we are not seeing in this video is also you can rent boats and electrical boats, because I believe boats which are powered by IC engine are not allowed on the Verdon anymore. Therefore, only electrical boats you can drive, or you can, let's say, you can use. And this, actually, there's lots of offers from Quinson. Just go online, and I believe there is 3 or 4 different companies that let you rent some boats. I would suggest to have at least 2 hours to do back and forth boat ride. A little bit more would allow you to go all the way up until Lac de Sainte-Croix. So you would do the whole Verdon experience. But at least 2 hours is nice enough. You would see a lot. During those boat rides, you can stop pretty much everywhere you want and enjoy the cool water and have a swim. This is also one of the perks of renting those boats. You can also rent what we call kayaks. There is 1 or 2 people kayaks where you can sit either if you are single or a dual people on those kayaks. But remember, then you have to power by yourself. You have to power this kayak by with your own arms, and obviously electrical boats is more relaxing. And I believe you can also cover more ground, more distance with electrical boats. So as you can see on this trail, it is pretty much straight. You don't have to really focus on where to go, just follow the path and really enjoy the view. Also, if you're thinking about renting those boats, remember, I believe the early reservation starts from beginning of April up until October. And obviously, if you thinking about going to the Verdon in July, August, you will see lots of people around, and you need to make your reservation some time in advance. But it is something you can easily do by online. So I really recommend you do this boat trip. Something that I did with my kids, and I really enjoyed it, and the kids really enjoyed it too. So I have also a little bit of history around this Verdon trail, and the actual name of this trail is called Basse Gorge du Verdon. Basse meaning lower, gorge, something that also translates in English. And the Basse Gorge du Verdon trail offers a captivating journey through one of Provence's most serene and lesser known natural wonders. Starting from the village of Quinson, the trail follows the Verdon River as it winds through narrow limestone cliffs lush vegetation and tranquil turquoise white water. Spanning approximately 10.9 kilometers with a moderate elevation gain of 385 meters, it's accessible to most hikers and ideal for a half-day adventure. Along the way, you'll encounter ancient troglodyte dwellings, scenic footbridges, and panoramic viewpoints that showcase the raw beauty of the Verdon Lower Canyon. Unlike the dramatic cliffs of the upper Verdon Gorge, something we did with motorcycle, the lower Basse Gorge offer a more intimate and peaceful experience. Expect to for nature one lovers and history buffs alike, the trail is well marked and loops back to Quinson, where you can explore the Museum of Prehistory to deepen your appreciation of region's rich past. Whether you're drawn by the geological marvels, the gentle sound of flowing water, and the chance to spot local wildlife, this trail delivers a memorable blend of natural splendor and cultural heritage. That was for the historical part. As you can see, we follow this bridge, this wall, with lots of marks. And before we go any further, you cannot really miss the trail. Just have to follow along. At that time, you would have been walked probably 45 minutes or an hour, depending on how much time you took for really appreciating the view or taking pictures or even bath in the cool waters. Here, you would probably be a little bit less than halfway of the total trail. In not too long, we will see a change of direction going back to Quinson. And once again, it was also great to see the whole view for ourselves. And I'm here, and making sure that we are going the right way. In this little house, it tells you a bit about wildlife and what you're supposed to see in terms of bird species and the rest. And getting out of it, we will be going through this tunnel. Inside, there would be no light at all, so be prepared to do the whole trip without any light. Of course, you can use your mobile phone as local light. Here, this is basically what I've done at that time. Also, during summertime, it always feels great to have some shade, and here we're talking about total shade, and of course the air is very cool, and it feels you really welcome the cool air walking through this tunnel. And we're not too far away from the turn where you would be able to walk back to Quinson. At that moment, you start to realize that vegetation around you has really changed. Now you're getting into this very old-like, prehistoric-like forest, and by forest, those are the type of forest you can only see in Provence, where trees aren't that very high, because not a lot of water around, and they will have to grow with a lot less water than some other forests in France. But here you can see is very different from where we started, most likely an hour ago when we started this trail. And once again, at that time it feels really great to have some shade, as most likely you would have been walked during summer. And by doing so, I also suggest you bring lots of water with you. I would say half of the trail you would do with shade, so or at least without any direct sunlight, so it would still be okay. But remember, you still have to do this trail with direct light. So be careful. Bring some shades. Bring some water with you, and also something to protect your skin, as this sun is okay, but you never know. You would probably need to have some protection. We didn't climb that high, but we're able to have a good look about the Verdon Gorges, and when we got to that point where we got to see lots of water, and also walk through forests, and now the scenery completely different, something which is very, very Provençal, I would say. Lots of rocks, lots of small trees, lots of burnt trees also, because in June already water is missing, but those vegetation is well accustomed to live without any rain. So here I believe we are an hour and a half into this trail, and there you really need to have some water, I believe. And in not too long, we will be discovering something totally unexpected, or at least when you started this trail, something you wouldn't have figured out is now we are reaching a chapel in French, and this one is completely isolated from any other town, from Quinson, for example. And here this chapel is basically waiting for you without any people around. And after walking this hour and a half, you feel most welcome in this chapel. and obviously the air is very, very cool thanks to the shade. And here you start to see these marks and words on the walls. Basically, this chapel is called Chapelle de Sainte-Maxime, and this was established in 1854. So very, very brand new chapel. What people do actually, you see lots of papers inside, and people are basically bringing some requests or words of appreciation or any stories. While I was there, I was able to read a few of them, and some of them were being written by kids, being appreciated to all different wonders of life. So honestly, doing this whole trip and finishing it within this chapel really makes the trail worth walking or hiking. And from here you can also have a better view of the Verdon, but also all the surroundings. Okay, at that stage it's going to take you an extra hour to get back to Quinson. So we are talking about 3 hours for this whole trip. And knowing that at that stage you won't have to climb a lot, you just have to follow the path down to Quinson.